Yes, guys, I am talking about Nintendo. They're not as bad as they seem, even though the prices are ridiculous. But we're not talking about that. All right, guys, welcome to a new art topic. Today, I'll be talking about Nintendo. If you guys don't know, Nintendo has been seen as a bad light lately, and obviously, and justly so, because of the Switch 2 pricing. Now, why would I be talking about Nintendo in an art channel? Well, because recently he did an interview about the Switch 2, about what they're doing with that product, but also he even answered a question, Bowser, if they're going to use AI within Nintendo. But let's break it down just a little bit, just to give you guys the full context of what's going on with Nintendo so far and why people hate them. So right here it says, Nintendo has responded to multiple complaints made by the Switch 2 pricing. Unfortunately, the responses are bad as they get. This is paraphrase, guys, not actual quotes. Can't afford a Switch 2, just play the OG Switch. Paid tutorial is only $10. It's not that much. Who cares? $80, the passion we put in justifies the game. So pretty much that's literally a big chunk of the interview, and they break it down of their mobile app, all this kind of stuff, and why, you know, the pricing it is with the pricing. But again, yeah, that is just a whole different story. But I just want to break it down why people are not liking Nintendo right now, just to give you us a little context of that. People been using this as a meme lately, and I gotta say, it's really funny.
You're a broke boy, just say so.
God damn it, Nintendo. Anyways, so there we go. So that's what's been going on. You know, pricing is crazy. Another little thing, guys, just before I start, is Nintendo has postponed the release date for Nintendo Switch 2 in China. Just that's how crazy has been going on lately. But that's not what I'm here to talk about fully. Here's what I'm gonna talk about. Nintendo boss Doug Bowser shut down the idea of making completely AI generated, claiming human touch is essential. I said it right? Right? Now, why would he say that? It could be a PR, the way they talk, you know, to Sweden. People to like not go crazy on them for talking about AI. They want to use AI. There could be multiple reasons. Now, what I think is, I think the reason why he says something like this is because he wants to avoid bad PR, but also they're kind of right in a way of not using AI, because Nintendo is a special company when it comes to IPs. But let's go to the video of him explaining of why or why not they will use AI. So we are at the interview part where he talks about AI, or when the interviewer asks about the AI part. Obviously, we're not gonna watch the whole video because again, that's irrelevant. We're here to talk about this part here.
Not just games.
Not just games, exactly.
Finally, we got to talk about artificial intelligence. I know Nintendo's not an AI company. I don't think they're going to launch a chatbot to compete with OpenAI anytime soon. But at the same time, we've already started to see some gaming companies dabble in it. Just a few weeks ago, Roblox had their own AI model for 3D game generation. Electronic Arts is thinking about it. We're starting to see some dabbling there. How's Nintendo thinking about it? Do you see it speeding up game development, for example? Do you see more creative tools? Like, I'm thinking like a Super Mario Maker type of situation. How are you guys thinking about injecting AI into your games?
Yeah, I'm always a little careful not to speak on behalf of the developers. I want them to talk about their art and what we do. But if we think about just technology in general to start with, as we look at technology, we always want to make sure the technology we may be leveraging, whether it's to develop our games or whether it's in our devices, is going to create a better gameplay experience. It starts there and goes back to those smiles I was talking about generating. So that's a very important part of our decision-making process and how to use AI. Obviously, AI is very popular right now. It's being used broadly in a number of different ways. It could be used, to enhance productivity. Even within my organization, it can be used to enhance productivity and how we get things done. So there's one utilization. What I would say is if developers choose to use AI, and it is a discussion right now in Nintendo, it's not the only method of developing games. We still believe that what makes our games special is our developers, their artistic capabilities, their insight into how people play. So there's always going to be a human touch and a human engagement in how we develop and build our games.
So no bots making the next Nintendo game.
I don't
Is there
think
gonna be
so.
They're going to be humans making it. And the next Zelda game comes out when?
Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. You're pretty much saying that they're not going to use AI right away. They want to use, if they will use AI if it makes the gameplay better, it will enhance the gameplay, enhance the graphics, enhance development, etc. And I understand what you're saying. Like, if they could use if AI could be beneficial to them, which obviously it will be in some ways, obviously they will use it. But they want to have the human creators, artists creating the games, because I still believe the human touch will be better than AI, because this is what I think people are not really thinking about, because the majority of people that use AI, they're just gonna be creating the same kind of product. Look what's going on right now with a lot of these companies are making the same product and failing. Where is light service games, where there's shooter games, where there's like battle royale, fighting games. Well, fighting is actually thriving, so I'm gonna take them out of the, of the failures. But you get the idea. A lot of these companies have been creating aka slop already, and do you really think that AI is gonna really help them of creating better games? Personally, I don't think so. It all comes with the creation and the idea of games to make it very successful. And I think Nintendo or Bowser has the right idea of focusing on what makes a great game experience. And that's where I'm like, oh, that's what makes them unique, because they do their own thing. They don't try to copy what everybody else is doing. And I feel like that's the right direction to go, because they're just doing their own thing. That's what makes them special. Even though I know a lot of people hate them right now for obviously the pricing, but again, that's the whole politics. It's the whole thing that I'm not going to get into. I'm just talking about the AI, because obviously that's affecting me and affecting so many people who are in the creative field. So that's why I really wanted to talk about this. Now, before I go, I actually do want to talk about Miyamoto, because if you guys don't know, in 2024 he actually got he answered the question about AI about the products of Nintendo. He said right here, it might seem like we're just going the opposite direction for the sake of going in the opposite direction, but it really is just trying to find what makes Nintendo special. There's a lot of talk about AI, for example, when it comes to everyone's, when that happens, everyone starts to go in the same direction. But that is where Nintendo would rather go in a different direction. So that's where pretty much where I got the idea of like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like that it makes sense why they don't want to just follow the trends and go what everybody else is doing, because they've been successful at it. They have been successful at doing their own thing. Even in this comment right here, it kind of really breaks down of what I'm trying to say in a better way. This is a line of thinking has sometimes got Nintendo behind the trends that actually ended up beneficial. But in terms of recent hot topics like AI, acquisitions to stay competitive, Nintendo seems to have made the right decision, resisting. Nintendo has grown substantially last year, while many other game publishers have struggled and laid off hundreds. So that's what I think were like they want to avoid. It's like you don't want to create things that what everybody else is doing. They're special because of their IPs. They're special because of their games and new mechanics they're bringing into the games. So I think that's why they want to continue driving. And honestly, they have the market for it. They have the market like, yo, this is Nintendo. We are gonna buy the products, even though they're goddamn expensive. But eventually, a lot of us will get the product in any way, shape, or form. So what do people have to say on the comment section of Nintendo using AI? Well, here are some comments right here. Is using Photoshop to make art considered AI? No. Maybe we can use AI to get Twilight Princess on Switch, aka like they want to enhance the image, which is a possibility. What did Doug Bowser in why did you put Doug Bowser in a singles quotes? Yeah, but the human touch is going to implement DLSS into their games to handle AI upscaling, which I understand what they're saying. It's like they want to bring in like the old games and upscale it with AI to make it better enhanced. And maybe that'd be the best way to do that kind of thing, to kind of do HD versions of certain games and make it a lot easier. Who knows? Obviously, it's more complicated than that, but you get the idea. It still happens same way prompt generation is still made by humans. There still will be a touch up, human touch in such games. Like pretending drawing like a tablet isn't drawing as well. AI isn't going to stop. Nothing can be put back in a bottle. Just because people are using AI does not mean everybody has to use AI. There's gonna be 3 different kind of companies. If you don't know what's successful, obviously people are gonna be saying people who embrace AI are gonna be more successful. We don't know that. We don't know. We don't have any data for that. But the 3 companies we're gonna see in the future are gonna be AI companies. Companies fully embracing AI. Companies not fully embracing AI but using AI as a tool, not final end product. Like the first one, who I feel like they'll use the final end product, and the third one will fully deny AI and continue creating with the human artists or creators and kind of just going in that direction. Now we don't know what's gonna be successful, what's gonna be fail. Obviously, people are gonna say, "Oh, people who don't embrace AI is gonna fail." Not necessarily. There's a reason why indie games are very successful. I actually been more successful lately than a lot of AAA games for a good reason, because they're not controlled by a company or a big corporation of telling them what to do. AK, especially if they are forcing AI onto people. Just saying. Here's another one here. AI would probably make games cheaper to produce, possibly better. We don't know that. It can also make the games cheaper, and it can also make the gameplay a lot worse, because why would they pay attention to that fully, right? I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying things, guys. I agree. However, I'm not excusing the insane prices being charged account of this. Yeah. Again, prices going crazy, y'all. Prices going crazy. Sad. Well, Nintendo would benefit from AI in their games. So again, a lot of people want to use AI in their products, or at least some people on the internet. Which again, I think majority of people don't want Nintendo to use AI. I think what people want from Nintendo is to be Nintendo. Do what they do best, right? If they want to use AI, they will use AI in a good way, in a tool, just in a tool way. Personally, I feel like as much people hate them right now, they make great games. They have great IPs, right? Has everything been a hitter? No, but a lot of things they've been putting out has been great. So I feel that's gonna be like the main focus. And so if they embrace AI, they'll embrace AI. Again, I'm not one of those people who are like, screw you, I'm done with you, etc. No. I am curious how companies are going to use AI in a way where it's just a tool, not the final end product. I always been an advocate of that, pretty much. I don't want AI to be the final product. I just want it to be used as a pretty much what do you call it, as a tool. Actually, I like this quote right here. Tech can enhance, but soul still comes from the people. Because there's another one here. AI might enhance some aspects, but a video game needs a personal touch in the brain of humans to be proper video game. It needs a human touch. Creating games entirely with AI is bound to fail, which again, we don't know. We may see some winners with fully AI games. I don't know, but I am fully confident Nintendo will not fully embrace AI, but I could be completely wrong. We'll see where it goes. Now, that's pretty much it. What's going on right now with Nintendo? Obviously, they're, pricing and all that is crazy. But I am actually happy Nintendo wants to continue doing their own thing, and what makes them unique because of their IPs, their creations of games. They want to go their own direction. They want to copy what everybody else is doing, like Xbox, Sony, and not go with the trends. They create their own trends. And I think that's what they've been doing that for so many years by now, when they created their own system. Nintendo to Super Nintendo to the GameCube or Nintendo 64, even to the Wii, which was super unique with the with the Wiimotes and stuff, and also the Wii U, where it's a failed system, but it was the startup of the handheld console, which made the Switch 1 and 2. So that's where we're at right now. They just continue doing their own thing, and I feel that is a way that a lot of artists should pretty much use that kind of mindset into their own personal mindset, because I feel artists just need to focus on yourself, focus what you are essential to projects and what you cannot replace, and by AI, and how you could be very beneficial to a project, and not just fully stop a project because AI is coming in. So I feel that that's why a lot of artists should have that mentality of just doing their own thing, focus on themselves. But if you want to work for a company, you just got to showcase why you are essential and actually beneficial, of why you cannot be replaced as an artist and creative and be better than quote unquote AI. And just kind of focus on that kind of thing, because again, AI is here to stay. It will be part of companies, it will be part of our lives in any way, shape, or form. But I feel like that's a great kind of mindset for me personally, like the Nintendo mindset. What makes you unique? Find a way, create something unique. We're not special, but we could create something special. Anyways, that's pretty much it tonight, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe. We're road to 3,000 subscribers. A lot more new content coming out, guys. I know I've been late with these videos because I was out of town. I got back from Texas, which we'll be making a vlog very soon with unique artwork for the vlog, guys. I'm super excited to showcase for that. Also, we got a couple more videos that I'm working on right now. Like I said, I am working on 5 videos right now to have like videos set to go, and every Saturday from now on, sort of like Saturday morning cartoons kind of thing. I'm super excited for this project. There's gonna be so many good videos coming out. React and Create, they will be like, they don't have a fully set of time slot that I will be uploading on this channel. React and Create are mostly for fun videos, not like what I used to upload, like the drama-esque videos and stuff like that. We got enough of that with the art topics, I guess you could say. So I want to upload just fun content while I'm doing the React, while doing artwork, but just with fun videos. So there's a lot of stuff coming out, guys. Peace out, my stuff. I'll see you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching. Woo! Pew!